So there is some relief that is long overdue, and I want to address what the Biden administration has just said. Because for years, we have heard the same stories that we would like to, but, and, well, all we got to do is secure the funding first, then we can assist the American people. Well, we're getting tired of hearing that. Nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants the relief. Now, there is relief coming, and the funding has been here for actually over a year. So this relief is long overdue. Now you're probably wondering, well, what exactly am I talking about? Am I talking about the $200 monthly boost to Social Security recipients? No, that's still not really being discussed yet. However, it's still one of those promises that President Biden has made. But am I referring to the $300 monthly child tax credits, that payment? No, those are still being discussed at this time. Or maybe I'm discussing the federal gas tax holiday that many Democrats have pushed ever since August. No, I'm not discussing that either. I'm not going to talk about that. Actually, what I want to discuss is what the Biden-Harris administration has recently announced, and they want to provide $13 billion to modernize and expand the power grids in the United States. Now, if you're like me, you're tired of seeing articles like these, where a quarter of Americans are at risk of winter power blackouts and grid emergencies. Or something like, high cost, low reliability imperil U.S. grid, regulators warn. And look at this. Power shortages are likely as U.S. transitions to renewables, and Americans can expect to face more power crisis for years. That's not what we want to see. That is not what we need to see at this time. This is troubling. Now, I'm all for investing into our infrastructure, right? Because if we don't, we are running the risk of power outages for years to come. This is not what we need. Now, according to the U.S. Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm, she says, and I quote, "We are moving swiftly to deliver cleaner, cheaper energy to every American community by building a modern and reliable electric grid." Then she also went on and added, with nearly 70% of the nation's grid more than 25 years old, the president's agenda is making historic investments that will strengthen the nation's transmission grid to drive down energy costs, generate good paying jobs, and help keep the lights on during extreme conditions. Now, I want to touch on that for a second. Okay? I really want to touch on that because what we need right now, okay? Let me show you this. What we need right now, we need to drive down energy costs. That is important. We need to generate good paying jobs. Yeah, that's great. But help keep the lights on during extreme weather events. That is a big one. That is huge. If we cannot keep the lights on, and right now that we are coming into those winter months where it's going to get cold, if we cannot keep the lights on and the heat on, we will be in serious trouble. We have seen over this summer where the power grid goes down, people are struggling, they have to go to the hospital or the emergency room because, well, it's too hot. Their home got 100 degrees inside. You can't live like that. And we also can't live when the inside of your home is going to be in the 30 or 40 degrees. It needs to be up there. And especially if you are, elderly, you cannot live if your home is not being heated. You can't live if your home is just too hot or too cold. It's gonna be a tough time. Now, I want to talk about where about $10.5 billion is going to go. All right, let me show you this. And you can see all this right here. It's actually on the energy.gov website. And you just type in Biden administration announces $13 billion. But you can go and read this if you want to. But I want to show you where the money's going, okay? The program will deliver projects centered around the grid resilience, utility, and industry grants. There's $2.5 billion going to that. Fund comprehensive transmission and distribution technology solutions that will mitigate multiple hazards across a region or within a community, including wildfires, floods, hurricanes, extreme heat, and extreme cold. That's where 2.5 billion is going to go. There's the smart grid grants. 3 billion is going to go here to increase the flexibility, efficiency, reliability, and resilience of the electric power system, with particular focus on increasing capacity of the transmission systems. That's where 3 billion is going to go. And then the bulk of it, the Grid Innovation Program, is that's $5 billion. It says provides financial assistance to one or multiple states, tribes, local governments, and public utility commissions to collaborate with electric grid owners and operators to deploy projects that use innovative approaches to transmission, storage, and distribution infrastructure to enhance grid resilience and reliability. That's where $10.5 billion is going to go. Now, why is this so important? Well, some of this money's been sitting there for since 2021. It's been sitting there for almost a year. Well, over a year. And here's the problem. We are just now getting to that. But we have seen all these issues just continue to pile up, right? It's nothing new. Our electric grids are outdated. And we've seen this. Even Jennifer Granholm said that 70% of the nation's power grid is more than 25 years old. We need newer infrastructure. That's what we need. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna get this relief and it's gonna happen tomorrow. We're gonna snap our fingers and all of a sudden we have a power grid that can withstand all the usage that we are putting it through. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is finally we're seeing some movement. This is long overdue. Relief is finally coming from the Biden administration. I don't know why it's taken so long. And a lot of people say, oh, you're Mr. Doom and Gloom. All you do is bash the Democrats and President Biden. Well, the reason I'm bashing him is because it's taken him so long to get something done. I know it's not all him. There's other people pulling the strings, which has taken them so long. But again, this is good. This is finally something good that they're going to take some of the money that we've already had funded, and we're going to put it towards something, a project. And that should make our energy grid a little bit better, a little more sustainable, reliable. That is what we need at this time. So I know you guys might have some questions. If you do have questions, you can ask your questions down in the comment section below. This is fairly new, just came out about 5 days ago on November 18th. So as we get more information on this, and my guess is we will not get any new information over Thanksgiving break, but probably next week. And as we get some more information, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. So again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.